Get it going.
So Max, tell us a little bit about yourself and what you guys do. And
Yeah.
So we're an entertainment company, been around for 20 plus years.
Hmm.
I've been around in the business for 20
Wait,
plus
what's the
years.
name of it? Because someone did not
uh,
say the name of your entertainment company.
Maxim Entertainment.
Yes.
and where are
Now,
you based out of?
so right now we're based out of Wellington, Florida, originally
Oh, that's fun.
from Baltimore, Maryland,
Oh, okay,
and we moved here about 3 years ago and took it to new heights.
okay.
Okay.
And what type of work do you do? Like you said, entertainment. So
Yeah. What's entertainment? Is
So
it? Are
we're
you a
from
dancer? What? Do you, what
I can dance, I can sing, whatever the client wants to pay for.
Chip and Dale? Do we do?
Right.
there you
Do
go.
you have your bow
I'm not a
tied?
big fan of bow ties. I'm more of a tie guy, but
Hmm.
no. So we're primarily in the luxury wedding space.
Nice.
So we
Oh,
do all
okay.
kinds of events.
We are
So
getting married, but in Jamaica. But go ahead.
okay,
We
Yeah,
we
man.
will. We're married already,
we
but
do
in case.
destination events as well. So I'll
Oh,
make sure to give you a card before I
There we
leave.
go.
okay.
All right.
So give us a little bit more. I mean, Wellington. How did you get started with it? How?
So
Yeah.
getting started, I come from a family of musicians. So in back in Ukraine, when I was roughly 5 years old,
Hmm.
I my grandparents had a piano in their place, and I would just sit down and try to just press,
Play. Yeah.
Yeah.
and it came together. So very shortly, you know, 5 6 years old, I can sit down and I can hear. I only play by ear, right? So I can sit down, I can hear a song, and I can play it.
Hmm.
And then my
Oh.
mom had, the idea of let's expand this, let's take him to music school,
Right.
piano classes, and did not work. I was looking at these notes like I was looking at Chinese, and my brain was just, working in a different way. So
Oh.
I would come home. I would ask my dad, who's also a piano player. He's a watchmaker by trade, but has always
Oh.
played piano and played in
It's
a
like
band.
TV.
Yep. My brother is a professional sax player, so it's like a whole
Gotcha.
family thing. But I would come home and I would say, Dad, play this for me, right?
Hmm.
So he would play it 2 3 times. I would listen, and then I'd go to the recital and actually play it, looking at the notes but not understanding the notes. So that didn't last very long. All right, that whole piano experiment.
Yeah.
But I still play till today. So that's music, and
No, but you had to get the air for it also
yes,
to be
absolutely.
able to discuss it and talk about it with other people. And you have to have the feel. Like for me, I can't dance, so I can't talk to someone about
You can't
rhythm.
dance.
I can do a little something, but I can talk to you about track and field and high knees and drills and sports and health. But I can't not about food because I eat whatever. But I can't speak to you about music. Yeah,
Hmm.
Right. Yeah. So I think it's just
that's the
something
air.
that was, in me
Hmm.
Yep.
from the very beginning. When I hit about 14 years old, I wanted to entertain.
Hmm.
It's just something I wanted to do. My father obviously was a big driving force behind that. My brother, who's 10 years older than I am and was already playing professionally. And, I just liked it. So my very first party was at an apartment clubhouse for my friend. I made my first 50 bucks. And I think what really got me was that I was able to get to people to react.
Wow. There you go. Well, let's.
So what's the legal aspect of that? Let's jump in legally.
Uh,
What is that?
there you
Uh,
go. A little applause for you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Now in Ukraine, I know laws over here are different. In Ukraine, how legally how would that work? Or do you just do parties and that's it?
Well, no, this is all started here. I've been
Oh,
here since I was 9. So,
same
yeah,
here.
we both
Okay.
grew up
Oh,
here.
I was
So,
here
yeah,
since I was 9.
absolutely.
Yeah.
I can't tell you how it works in Ukraine.
Oh,
Um,
Anything goes in Ukraine.
pretty much,
no.
yes. If from what I remember from my first 9 years of life, yes, anything goes. You're absolutely right. But here, legally, obviously, in the beginning, I was not concerned about that.
Right.
Hmm.
I was
No,
concerned
it's
about
family
making
and
my 50
friends.
bucks,
Yeah.
Yep.
family, friends, word of mouth,
Hmm.
and snowballing it into something, right?
Great.
So, what makes the approach of luxury event different from others in the industry?
So what makes us different is one, we have various options, right? So we have a hybrid band option. That term may be a little new to some people,
Hmm.
and we have various options in terms of DJ, MC,
Hmm.
hybrid band, which includes singers and musicians and so on. Um, the proper networking is key, right? So
Mhm.
in order to get to a quote unquote luxury space,
Hmm.
it takes time, takes networking. And then we curate the event. Every event's unique.
Yeah.
So you would have to understand the client. You'd have to make sure you can make their vision a reality, and do it in a very classy way. And I don't know, you know, what separates DJs. I mean, there are a million different types of
Right.
DJs, right?
Oh yeah.
I'm sure as there are
I've
lawyers.
met a few that pretend that they're DJs and they're not. They're like, yeah, they're
Yeah,
not.
okay, they're
Yeah, they're
they
playing.
pretend DJs.
Yeah,
You're playing like just pre-recorded music.
pre-recorded music. So I know you have to have the ear. Yeah, go ahead.
Yes, absolutely. So, you know, just growing the client base, getting your name out there, making sure you have the right team by you,
Mm-hmm.
right?
The
People who
team.
understand your vision and can bring that to reality on the stage.
What are you looking
Does
at?
that mean me?
What are you hitting me
With
for?
Tim? Sorry, I understand the vision of this legal shit.
I got you. Okay.
Go ahead.
Oh, okay. Well, whatever.
Right. And of course,
It was
you
my
know,
idea, but anyway.
you know, I have to give this wonderful lady
Oh,
We were going to get to her.
respect.
hello.
We were going to get to her. So, Julie, what part do you play in this
Yes.
entertainment company? Get close to the mic so we can hear you. Yeah, well, come on over. Get nice and close.
I stay home with the kids so we can work.
Hey, listen, that's a big deal.
It is a big deal.
Yes, those
Without
kids
that,
can.
it wouldn't be,
Girl,
you know,
those kids.
it wouldn't be
And I have no kids, and I know how they are.
Mm,
I do a summer camp in the summer, and they're not my kids, but they're tough.
yeah, man.
They will
Yeah.
break you.
Yeah.
Well, one of us is definitely living his dream.
Yeah.
Yeah, well.
No, you are too. Don't think like that.
Yeah.
You are too, because remember, they grow up and they come back to take care of you because you did your
That's right.
job.
That's
absolutely
right.
And because of his dream, because he's doing his thing, you get all the blessings. And honey,
Mhm.
you have a child. I don't have any kids.
No.
I don't
But
want to go there.
she does everything else though. You take care of everything, and
It's not about me.
I
I'm trying to
work
build
and
her.
blah 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 blah. So anyway,
Right,
And give me a hard time and come home moody, which I know he does.
So I do take care of everything at home.
Yeah.
oh good.
It's a balance.
Yes.
Right, and that's where I was heading with that. You know, this is my passion. This is
Mm.
something that I've driven, but none of that happens without
The
the right
balance.
partner by your side and
That's right.
somebody who supports you and helps you
Mhm.
grow that vision.
Exactly.
So you can focus on what you need to focus on. Like LeBron James always talks about his wife. I'm not a basketball. I don't even watch basketball, but I listen to those little things and how important his wife is at balancing the household, so he can be amazing on the field, on the basketball
Yeah,
court. So he
yeah.
can, so he can make her happy and the kids happy. Because once the kids and the wife is happy, life is easy.
Well, they're all happy now because since they're worth a few $1 billion. I'm sure they're all.
That doesn't mean they're happy. Money does not make you
Are
happy.
you talking about Michael Jordan?
No,
LeBron.
Oh,
LeBron James.
Whose boat did we see up at Rabbitfish that time? Whose was it? Was it LeBron James's boat? It looked like a freaking battleship.
No.
Anyway, he was one of the basketball players. I think it was LeBron James. But anyway, quite large and impressive.
But happy wife, happy life.
Yes, yes,
Very
there's
good.
a
That's how they say
balance.
that, right?
There. Exactly.
That's the only
At
balance.
least she has the in on. Yes,
There
So
you
on the
go.
I
legal,
have that button too.
I like
on
that.
the legal aspect. Okay, so to bring the legal shit.
Oh, by the way, I'm just having a sip of my Trefethen wine, by the way.
I hope Trefethen is paying you to advertise their wine.
Not yet.
On the legal aspect. So tell us a little bit about what you have to do, and because Tim is a business referral, what is it, business litigation, business referral
Yeah,
lawyer.
yeah.
How does that work? Because I know he looks over contracts, your contracts. How does that work, and what problems have you?
Encountered like contractually.
Yeah.
So thankfully, not
Too many.
No problems really. But I think part of that stems from having the right contract
Mhm.
that
Yeah.
protects not only you
Mhm.
or myself or my company, but also the client, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Because we work in this space where this is a once in a lifetime style event.
Mhm.
They want to be assured and have the protections on their end
Yeah.
that they're going to have, everything that it's
Right.
stated within that contract, that their vision is going to become a reality, right? So
Mhm.
the essence of protecting the client, but also protecting us. So it's a two-way street.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
So what kind of contract is that, Tim?
It's just a contract.
No, it
An
isn't.
agreement for services is what it is.
We
You're,
call it
you're
a
providing a
simple
service.
entertainment agreement.
Yeah, you're providing entertainment or services. And have you had any legal disputes over your contracts?
No,
Okay.
thankfully,
Yeah.
no, knock on wood.
Yeah. But there's a lot of people that have.
Oh,
Yeah.
I heard from 3 people today they're having problems with their contracts. Well, the problem with contracts is that they should be clear and non-ambiguous. You don't want an ambiguous contract. That's what causes problems when people really don't know what their rights, obligations, duties are under the contracts. that's what leads to disputes. So people
the
said,
thing
well, I
is-
thought you meant that. Well, I thought you meant that. Well, it doesn't say that. Yes, it says that. And that's what starts a contract dispute. So,
Yeah, but
And-
something like that did happen during COVID.
See,
Okay, so
he
yeah,
had to
COVID's a
rewrite
good
his-
example.
He had
Yes,
to
so
rewrite the contract.
my
because of COVID.
contract obviously didn't include anything for COVID.
Yeah.
And as
yeah,
events just started falling off after March of 21,
yeah.
everybody just got on the phone and said, "Look, you know."
did they pay their deposits?
So yeah, so we had to pivot on the deposits.
Mhm.
I didn't find it in my heart to just, even though my deposit's completely non-refundable.
Non-refundable,
Yeah,
right.
but
I
COVID.
I made a decision to issue credits
Mhm.
because it was, nobody's fault, right?
Yeah.
And the decision was made to issue the credits, and some couples who were rescheduling these for
Okay.
future dates,
Mhm.
they were able to keep those. In fact, we have an event coming up this July, and we're still honoring a credit that was
Oh,
taken
nice.
From
back
COVID.
then.
That's great.
Yep.
Well, no one saw COVID coming. So
Exactly.
I was actually,
Exactly.
I was in Thailand and they were talking about this strange disease coming out of Wuhan, China when I was in Thailand. And that was in February of 2020. I came back and like 2 or 3 weeks later, everything shut down here.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then he brought me COVID. Just let you know, he got sick, and then he brought it to me,
Wow,
and we
very
were,
sick.
yeah,
We were
'Cause he wanted to
where were we?
party.
In the Dominican.
We're in
We
We were in
Dominican.
Dominican. We
They
got
took
out
the
on the
last flight out.
last
Oh,
flight out.
wow.
And then by December, I gave her COVID that I picked up at a party there.
Yeah, this one likes to be out all the time. If I had a choice to be inside, I'll be inside all the time. But this one, he came, he went out, he hung out, he came
Yeah,
home.
baby.
We're sleeping next to each other, kissing, blah 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 blah.
Mm.
No,
Have
I
some
haven't.
COVID, baby.
I'm like,
Right. I tried that once. I said, boost my antibodies, and
Yeah.
it didn't really work.
No. Anyway, so interestingly enough, I guess your business, you're like like there's no repeat customers really, right?
no.
No,
Or-
actually, that's
Or,
I
or
think that's
do
what-
people not just do weddings, you do parties, things like
we
that?
do everything.
Oh,
right?
okay,
We
okay.
specialize in weddings. That is the
Gotcha.
majority of the business. But actually, the business thrives on word of mouth and repeat clientele, and that
Gotcha.
stems from doing right by people and giving them, what you promised them.
Yeah.
Nice.
And when you're doing the contracts, have anyone ever been like, oh, do they ever try to change around it or change it around?
Not really.
They're just
Not
always-
really. We do have a liability insurance clause, for
Mhm.
example. Venues are very sporadic in
Mhm.
terms of liability insurance, so we kind of
Yeah.
have that in there. That is something that I added after the move to
Mhm.
Florida because in Baltimore, nobody ever asked for one.
Florida, they're big on that.
They're very big. on
Everybody
Can you
wants
explain
insurance.
liability to
Well,
us?
yeah. Whenever you're having an event somewhere, people, usually the event host, like for instance, the pavilion
Yeah.
here in downtown West Palm Beach, you want to have an event at the pavilion, they require the organization to have liability insurance and naming them as an additional insured. And any contractors coming in, they want their insurance policy naming them as additional insured. So if there's a problem,
Yeah.
because
And
once
everyone
there's a
has-
problem,
I
everyone
remember
says,
when we
"Oh."
had to get the extra insurance by our insurer.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I remember that. Yeah.
Just to even have, like, even what about your vendors other than you? Because does everyone go under your insurance?
Yes,
or?
everybody goes under the company umbrella.
Oh, that's good.
So we, any kind of vendors that are coming in
Right.
Mhm.
that are supporting us, third party, whether it's audio visual, whether it's LED screens,
Mhm.
or
Do they also need to have their insurance or just you?
no, it's all because the
So
contract.
guys,
is done in our name.
if you ever need, he'll take care of the insurance.
There you go. There you go.
There's always someone that needs an extra gig or,
Yeah.
if you're doing something
What's wrong with
in the
Absolutely.
entertainment business. Yeah.
that?
Are you guys hiring?
We're always hiring.
See?
Yeah.
You can sing, you can dance, or
Yeah.
Well, so you have different agreements. You have agreements
I
with
can
your
juggle.
vendors, right?
I
What?
can't juggle. I'm just playing.
You
I'm
can
talking
juggle.
crap. I'm talking nonsense.
You can dance,
No, yeah, with one leg, my left leg.
but you have agreements with your vendors, right? Like some caterer or whatever. So you're gonna have an agreement with them.
So we don't really do anything outside of the entertainment. portion,
Entertainment. Okay.
right?
Okay.
So the client would secure
Gotcha.
the
The
catering
food.
or the photography, videography. That doesn't go through us. We strictly concentrate on what we do:
Which is
Say it again.
music.
music, singers, dancers,
Gotcha. Okay. Who do we have? Who was that?
Saxophone.
saxophone.
We're
light
not
instruments,
bringing up
absolutely.
another company.
No,
Meanwhile,
I'm
he's
just wondering.
talking about his
I'm
company.
wondering. I'm just
Do I need a?
wondering.
Goodness.
Another glass of wine on that one.
So all of those people would fall under our contract, and it's all package based, right? So whatever the client's vision is,
Mhm.
whatever they decide,
Yeah.
Gotcha.
that is what.
Okay.
what
So what's your last event that you did?
last event was in
Yeah.
Baltimore.
Ah,
So you travel? You travel?
Yes, absolutely.
Oh,
We
wow.
travel all over the country.
Yeah.
We've done weddings abroad. We've done weddings last year in Portugal.
Mhm.
Yeah,
And
several
out of the
others.
country?
Yes, out of
Oh,
the
wow.
country as well.
Yeah.
Mexico is a big favorite, but because my network started
Mhm.
in the Northeast, from Baltimore, DC to
Wait,
Philadelphia,
Julia,
and
Nice.
New York.
so you're home the whole time? Oh, poor baby.
No, I try to take her with me.
Oh.
I try to take her with me wherever I can.
Do you?
The babies are older now.
Oh, how old are they?
Don't listen to her.
Oh, okay. How old are
Well,
they?
somebody's got to work, right?
Yeah.
Four down, so.
that's right.
Right.
How old are your children?
10 and almost 15.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, they're old. They're grown ups.
There you go.
Those are grown people.
Yeah,
Those are adults.
I
In
don't
fact,
know.
I think at 14, 10 and 15, at 14 now you can work.
I'm
So
like-
I
I'm-
hope you have them doing every little thing. They know everything about your business.
Mm,
Please do.
I-
Don't be that parent that be like, oh, I don't want my kids to do what I do because this was so hard and blah blah blah. They should know every in and out. Look at Beyonce. Look at Blue Ivy. Come
There you
on.
go.
Come
Who's
on.
Blue Ivy?
Her daughter.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Her 13-year-old, 14-year-old daughter.
That's her name, Blue Ivy.
Blue-
I-
Her name is
it?
Blue Ivy. Yeah, Blue Ivy.
No,
She
I
knows
didn't know that.
everything. All Beyonce's old dances, she's already knows. She's like the CEO
oh, she's
of
phenomenal.
yeah. And she has she speaks. When she speaks, it's she sounds
Wow.
intelligent
Wow.
because she's in the room when they're making big decisions.
Gotcha.
Yeah. No, but sometimes no, honey, boys are. I don't want to say boys are better. They're just they don't. There's when it comes to the mother, they support. They will take care of you. The girls will talk back. You have all boys. Oh, girl, don't complain. Be happy. They will.
Check
They
back
will.
with me in 10 years.
Huh?
Check back with me in 10 years.
No. They give you a hard time
We're in the
now
teenage phase.
because that's
Oh,
because
God.
daddy he needs to put the foot down, put his foot down,
Yeah.
and tell them to make sure they protect you.
Wow.
That's it. That's the only thing
the teenage.
because they're in the
years.
teenage years. But at the same time, the sons they will take care of their mothers. At least that's what I've seen.
They'll
Yeah.
protect because our 15-year-old is twice as big as I am.
Oh,
See?
wow.
Yeah.
Where do you get a sight from?
I don't know. We'll have this conversation all
Okay.
day.
Look at the pot calling the kettle. Lord have mercy.
What?
Hey, I'm 5'7". You should be 6'1".
Whatever.
There you
I'm
go.
gonna go with we both had very large grandparents.
Gotcha.
Aw.
I had a grandfather who was like 6'2", and I don't know. I got that grandmom's height.
He always
Yeah,
says that
that's
at,
okay.
in 19 in
58.
18
I was born
something
in
1858
18-something.
when he was born. He said this was the ideal height.
It was. I was 5'8". That was
This
the average when I was
That
born.
was it.
That was average. Oh, well. What do you got?
He's still born.
Anyway,
Okay, so what do you look for when you're building your team?
So, shared vision,
Mhm.
I would say, is probably number one. Obviously, talent, right? You don't want to bring anybody on stage that doesn't know what they're doing.
Yeah.
Right.
So, of course, we'll look for, are they talented? Sax player, good friend of mine. Anytime a client wants saxophone,
Mhm.
he's there, right? And he's phenomenal. Actually, big shout out to him. He played the national anthem for the Philadelphia Eagles.
Oh, wow.
First playoff game in the wild card round.
Oh wow.
That was a big moment for him, and I'm very.
When
proud
was
of him.
this year?
That was this year.
Wow.
Oh wow. So we need to look out.
Nationally televised with the eagle flying and everything.
Wow.
We need to
really?
find that and post that.
Yeah. I'm going to find that and post it. I'm going to
Or if you have a picture of
Yeah.
you with him, just send it to us. We can
send
put
it
it
to
in
us.
the
I can
thread.
post it right
Yeah.
on the right on the.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yep.
He's all over YouTube from that.
He's all over YouTube. He went viral. Is on the Instagram
Wow.
page. So big shout out to Vanya Sachs. But we also, singers, right? Because of where I'm born
Mhm.
and the way we've developed our business, we can actually go after various clients. We can do international. We can do domestic, right? So we
Mhm.
can do a strictly American wedding
Yeah.
and know exactly where to go there. But we can also grab the market of the international, the Russian American community, which is very heavy, not only here.
Oh
you know,
yes.
from
Our,
Miami.
our instructor, our dance instructor for us
She's
is
from
Russia.
Ukraine.
Ukraine. Yeah.
Philadelphia, New York, even Baltimore.
It seems like everyone I meet these days are from Ukraine or
I'm
Russia.
so loving Russians right now.
I'm telling you right now, we know.
I'm not
you,
gonna lie,
You have a
they-
dear friend who's Russian. we have friends who are
Natalia, when I
Russian,
say
Natalia, this.
Natalia in the book club, honey,
They're all
if
Russians.
it wasn't for
Everyone's
her,
Russian.
my nonprofit wouldn't even strive. Because have you read?
So-
Did you start reading the book yet,
I did, yeah. but I
honey?
met
That's
Natalia the
that's
other
my
day.
Natalia.
Oh, are you in the book club?
Oh, honey,
Yes.
I almost teared up. I
Oh,
almost
I
teared
didn't
up a
know
little
that.
bit.
Okay, now
When they
now I know.
say the person, I don't know what page you are, but when they say something about the person that tells you the 20 things that you're amazing at, when sometimes you think that you have imposter syndrome. Have you read that part yet?
I don't know, not yet.
It was something about the imposter syndrome. I'm tearing up a little bit, and it says you got to remember who you are. That one friend that said, "Girl, you did this, you did this, you did this," blah 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 blah. That's her. She's like brings me out of my like, ooh, girl, my beat down phase where I beat my own self down.
Yeah, girl power.
Yeah,
The book club.
so booked up. Sorry, I don't mean to put it's a
booked up.
shameless plug, but
It's all right.
this book that Brandy picked this month
I
was
don't-
awesome.
I don't know about the So Booked Up Club, but I've heard some of the recordings of the So Booked Up Club, and they're pretty nasty.
What is that?
Some of the books, some of the
Hey,
some
hey.
of the stuff you've been listening to. Oh my
Don't
God!
listen to him. Those are not the so booked up books.
Oh, you've been listening to nonsense?
Okay,
Oh,
that's
okay,
enough.
never
Change the subject.
Anyway.
So now listen to him. Hey, change the
Anyway.
subject.
All right, change the subject. Go ahead.
So I know. Well, you said you've never been sued or any other event, so which is good. Knock on wood.
That's good.
What other legal tips? So legal tips like what would you advise like that you've been through? What would you advise other people that's trying to get into entertainment business?
Well, do you need like
You
licenses
mean
or
legally?
Yeah, like
like-
what do they need? Like
like if you
not
wanted
to tell
if you
the
wanted to
whole
start an
secret. You don't want to tell
entertainment
the
company right
entire
now,
secret, but
I guess you need certain licenses and
Well, right, music, right? You
Right.
need licensed music, and you want unique music, so
Yeah.
you definitely have to go to the right places. Make sure you're getting your music legally. Not only are you getting it legally, but you're getting it high quality. Right?
Yeah.
That's
So-
going to reflect on your guests.
I am not a copyright lawyer or patent lawyer or anything like that. I've always wondered about music because that's a big, huge problem.
oh, it's a big.
You know?
I get flagged on YouTube all the time if I play the wrong
Yeah,
music.
I mean, I didn't realize this,
Streaming.
but if you're sitting outside of a restaurant and there's music playing on the inside and they can hear it through like YouTube channel, they can
That-
like flag you because you're playing. You have no license to be playing this other music. I'm like, oh wow.
What's your platform? Do you
Yes,
guys post
absolutely.
on YouTube and Instagram?
Yes, we're big on Instagram
Mm-hmm,
and TikTok,
mm-hmm.
Facebook. And all three give you different audiences.
Do a little
Uh,
shameless plug real quick,
yeah, let's-
so they know where
Tell
All right,
tell everyone where you.
Yeah, at
where they can
DJ
find you.
At DJ Maxim G on Instagram and TikTok, and at Maxim Entertainment on Facebook.
Nice.
There you go.
Give
Say
us
it again
follow.
one more
Give
time,
us
guys.
follow. At DJ Maxim G on TikTok and Instagram, and at Maxim Entertainment. Also on Wedding Wire if you're getting married. weddingwire.com/DJ Maxim.
There you go.
And we'll also put it in the feed so you guys, you heard him. He travels out of the country, he travels worldwide, all over United States.
And the
So-
Russian Mr. Worldwide. I just forgot my shades. I guess we'll give Pitbull a shot.
Yeah.
Yeah, why not?
Okay, so what
You
else?
had questions, I think.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm trying to. He's had a wait. No, keep on going about the contracts. He's had an easy route because a lot of people always come in and they're like, "Oh my goodness, this client was crazy. Guess what happened?"
No, I think
It's a happy business.
it's
Isn't
a
it
Yeah.
happy business.
Yeah.
Yes, I think so. I
Yeah.
think you're absolutely right about that. We are there to make their vision a reality, and
Yeah.
if you do that,
Right.
in our business, what can cause a legal issue? And I see this on Facebook. I see people posting, "Need a DJ, ours just canceled,
Oh,
2
yeah.
days before,"
Yes.
or our DJ is not answering the phone, or our photographer is not answering the phone.
Yeah. How do you do that?
Exactly.
That
Those are
is
not
like-
professionals. I did a TikTok video today. I said,
Mm-hmm.
you can you find somebody in a nightclub. Oh, he was playing good music. That doesn't make him a wedding professional.
Right.
Mhm.
So, I made a joke about it and it said today, you can't have a gynecologist perform heart surgery. Right? They're both doctors, right?
Yeah.
But they are completely different
He
fields.
would just
right?
approach it in a different way.
Yeah.
Right.
Or he may not show up. He may get a little nervous. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I'm not
exactly.
going to show up for the surgery. Sorry.
Exactly. So I
Your
think
doctor didn't show up today. I'm sorry.
Right. imagine if that
The
happened,
DJ
right?
not show up. That's like the doctor not showing
If
up.
you're planning a wedding for the last year or year and a half,
Yeah.
and you've selected somebody to be there on the day of, and then a week before you can't get a hold of them,
Oh,
Yeah.
there's a
goodness.
potential legal issue there, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
Sure.
so we don't do that,
Yeah.
obviously.
Right.
As I said, the majority of my business is referrals and word of mouth,
Mhm.
and it is my name, and we don't staff.
Yeah.
We don't staff in terms of, I'm at every event
Right.
that I do.
Yeah.
And I've been told over the years that, hey, you can potentially expand this business. You can make a lot more money if you just send guys out.
Yeah. But
Mhm.
then you're.
Yeah, but
they-
then you don't know what kind of quality they're bringing.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
And I will say there are really good, amazing, DJs out there that will treat your business as their own,
Hmm.
but they're, very, very, very one in a few, and
Yeah,
it's
that's-
difficult to find. And when you're working on a day like a wedding,
Yeah.
once in a lifetime,
And we're already
hopefully once in a
stressed.
lifetime,
Yeah. Yeah.
you
I'm gonna have you
definitely
move over a
want
little
to
bit.
make
What's
sure
that?
Come over a little bit.
you're there to
Where am I
oversee
going?
everything.
Over a little bit so he can come on.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I want to see his face. It keeps
I
getting blocked.
give my space to my wife.
No, move it back that way. There you go. Yeah. There you
I'm used to
That's
holding the mic.
Ah, yeah, but that's one of. I mean, that's one of the issues when you have a business. I mean, when you start subbing it out, you potentially sub out your quality.
Yeah.
Correct.
Right.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And my goal is always to see the vision from the very beginning, from the very initial conversation with the client, see it
Yeah.
all the way through,
Right.
show up, right? Be
Mhm.
there,
Yeah.
give them the team that they've selected,
Right.
whether they want just a DJ MC combo or they want an entire hybrid band of saxophone, guitar, 10 singers, and the DJ, and make sure that the promise package is there. Once you avoid a legal issue
Yeah.
and give them the best time of their life.
Yeah.
Right?
No, that's.
My husband's a very honest man.
That's good. No, and that's good because in today's world, there's a lot of problems with things such as this where people just don't show up, they cancel last minute, or
Like-
they take your deposit, they disappear. I just got a case where someone who had been buying precious coins from this company,
Mhm.
they wanted to sell him some more, and he wrote to them and said, "I seen the text messages. I can't do it this time. My wife is sick. She just had a stroke. I'm in Florida for treatment, blah, 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 blah." They sent him the coins anyway, and he ended up paying for them. And then he said, "You know what? I really can't afford this. I'm going to return them." And they were like, "No, sorry." And he's probably bought like, $100,000 of stuff for them already, but they wouldn't return the $14,000 worth of coins. So he returned it to them, and they took it back, but never paid him his money back.
Oh, wow.
I'm like,
That
wow.
happened to my father.
Yeah.
He bought a watch on eBay
Oh yeah.
from England. and
eBay.
He's a watch dealer. There's a lot of business on eBay, and a lot of it's very successful.
Yeah.
And the watch came, and he can pick up a Rolex, and he's been doing it for
He can
over
tell you.
50
Yeah.
years. He can tell you if it's real or fake just by the weight of it.
Yeah.
And the minute he picked it up, he said, "This is a fake." He sent it back. The guy kept the watch, never sent the real
Right,
one,
exactly.
and never refunded the money.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
eBay, PayPal, the money was gone.
It happens
I
a
learned
lot.
the hard way.
No, if you open a dispute, they never return them.
Yeah,
Right,
not
right. It
eBay.
didn't
I
go-
know
it didn't
Amazon, you
go
can do
anywhere.
the dispute, you can do that, but eBay and Etsy and all that stuff, those sites always scare me a little bit. They always scare me a
Yeah,
little
no,
bit.
eBay
But I
is
know
usually
they
good, no.
send good stuff. They send good stuff, but sometimes they scare me because I don't know how to work the system with that. Amazon,
Yeah.
I can call them up and be like, "This did not show up," and
People tip.
no, it doesn't. That's not his.
You
Not
hire a
that's
good
not what.
lawyer and he'll get it
That's
back for
he's
you.
gonna send me to another lawyer. He's gonna refer me out.
I do stuff for you.
He has referred me out before. Yes, he has paid other lawyers to do whatever I asked him to
So
do.
they're honest man.
Yeah, he's
There we
like,
go.
"This is not what I do. I'm going to refer you to this lawyer."
Yeah, I'm just.
Yeah.
When people call me, I'm very honest. I just tell them this is not something. I'd really be doing you an injustice if you hired me because
Yeah.
it's not my field,
Yeah,
and it's become so
Agreed.
specialized anymore. I don't,
yeah.
people call me about trademarks, copyrights, patents. I'm like, yeah, no, sorry.
Like I started a nonprofit.
I know about it, but
He
what's that?
holds the paperwork together. He keeps it organized and all that stuff. But to start it, he hired another lawyer.
Yeah, I don't know about starting a nonprofit or a tax-free organization. I don't know, so I just hired someone.
Yeah.
Anyway, all right.
So that's the best part, guys. If you need a lawyer or the quality one, I know I'm not gonna toot his horn. He's okay. He's all right.
I'm all right.
I'm gonna give him a little shameless plug. He is great at knowing the right lawyers to get the job done. So that's one thing I would say. Like every time we need to get something
Very
done,
good,
and
by the way.
when it's time for to like even the other day when I don't want to call names, someone had a bike accident. When I say they got back millions, just because he knew who to send them
Oh
to.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, we're not calling names,
I'm not
but
saying
it's
names.
like he has the
A
right
motorcycle
lawyers.
accident.
Yeah, motorcycle accident. He knows the right people to connect you with to make sure you win your case. That's
Yeah,
one thing I would say.
hopefully.
You should ask him. He needed one that was like
Oh, come, yeah,
Yeah.
always, yeah. I always just like I'm like they're like, oh, I don't want to bother him. I said, here's his contact. If he doesn't know it, he'll send you to someone else. I don't know how he has so much time, but he reads very fast, so he's good at it.
I
Other than
read.
with me, he's not that patient with me.
Mm,
But everyone else, yeah.
I have a case going on right now where it's a large foreclosure case, a $35 million foreclosure case,
Mm.
and I won't mention any party names or anything, but I read through the attachments to the complaint, all the legal documents for
Yeah.
the mortgages and the loan, just all the documents, total about 740 pages of little small print with all single spaced. So I read through all 740 pages, and I found literally a sentence, maybe a sentence and a half, but probably a sentence that may save my client's ass, and they were not able to foreclose yet because of one sentence in 740 pages.
I'm like, who reads all that?
That's
I'm
my
like,
clients.
I'm falling asleep on
nuts.
one page.
Yeah, but
This is
this
why I
is who
became
you.
a DJ.
I fall asleep really
You're
fast.
scaring me.
Right, but this is why you pay the big bucks for lawyers.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I send my wife to the book club.
And I'm cheap. I'm a cheap lawyer, by the way. God almighty.
You're not cheap. You're affordable.
Very
Affordable.
affordable. I just heard this. I just was talking to someone up in Washington D.C. and in Miami. They're charging between $1,000 and $1,300 per hour.
Yeah, they are.
Who can
Well,
afford
Miami
that?
prices.
I couldn't afford myself, for Christ's sakes.
I
You
said
know,
the cost of living is different, but
Correct.
still,
Miami's very expensive.
$1,300 an
per
hour.
hour. So that we usually bill intensive an hour. So if you have a 6-minute phone call, what does that come to? Like at 1,000 an hour, that's what $100? $100 for a minute or a couple minute phone call? That's
Hey. Well,
Oh, well, anyway.
hey, bravo to
Greedy
those
lawyers.
lawyers.
Greedy
They're
lawyers.
not greedy. They're,
Yeah,
they
greedy,
they
man.
have honey.
greedy.
Stop it.
Anyway,
Are you
Yeah.
gonna really talk
The
about other
DJs
lawyers?
No, I'm
DJs
sorry.
need to learn from the lawyers.
she charged
Her
more.
initial phone call
No,
is
because
free.
no, because that was also really up there lawyer with the
Yeah.
government and all that stuff. So
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
another thing.
Hey, it's the same for us, right?
Mhm.
Luxury. Going back to your
Some,
question.
but the
luxury,
thing, sometimes you can. It depends on who you are, though. Not who you are, where you are. Like if you're gonna get hired at Mar-a-Lago needs to pay. But if it's a mom and pop, that's a whole nother ball game. You have to like, hey, I'm gonna look out for you. You got to let them know. You know,
Absolutely.
that's different. You can't give Mar-a-Lago price to a mom and pop.
100%.
It's not possible. They won't. You won't. Those clients, those still nickel and dime clients, are the ones that also make the bulk.
So do you have a website?
Yes. www.djmaxim.net.
Okay, and you have all the information on there to
Absolutely.
hire you guys and
All
And
the-
one last question: how do you deal with cancellations?
oh,
So cancellations we've had, obviously we talked about the clause in the
Mhm.
contract says deposits non-refundable.
Yeah.
If it's canceled by the client,
Mhm.
if it's something that we cancel for any reason, which we've never had to do,
Mhm.
even during COVID. But hypothetically speaking, we do have a clause that kind of protects the client there
And protects you guys too.
and protects us
Good,
as well.
yeah.
So
Right.
God forbid, I get sick again, something happens, or
You're gonna send Yulia out
because
there.
exactly.
You
She
know,
gonna be
I
like,
tried DJing once, and it was so complicated. And I was like, how do you do this drunk? I can't even figure
I do
it out.
I
it's
do it
easier.
I
It's
do
it's
it
better. That's
after
me
a
too.
whiskey.
Yeah,
Oh,
not
see,
easy
that's
to DJ
interesting.
at
Interesting.
We become better.
yeah. That's
You-
like working out. I sometimes take a shot and then I
can't
go
believe
working
she
out.
Takes. She
It's
talked to me about
easier.
when
You're
she was in her
used-
college days. She's like, "Oh, we take shots and then work out."
Hey,
I'm
I
like,
didn't. I never said that. Never said that.
Okay,
Take that
anyway.
back. I never said that. We
It
were
was-
professional athletes. We
okay.
did not.
You weren't
This is-
professionals. 'cause
This
you're
is now when I'm
NCAA.
older. This is when
Okay.
I'm older. I do that.
But I don't know how you do that. I don't. That's bizarre.
That's how champions are made.
Nice.
Tequila, right?
I take a shot. I'm like, I'm done. Okay.
You
Can't even
know,
go for-
you have rules. You make rules upon stuff, and I'm like, why do you make these rules? It's a waste of time. like, oh, if I drink one glass of wine, I can't work out.
Who was
What?
that famous, by the way? Who was that famous DJ?
Call
Electronic
getting
music
fat.
who ended up killing himself. You know what I'm talking about?
Avicii?
Well, no, Avicii
Yeah.
I think died on the stage.
No, he,
No,
he ended up going to
thanks.
Europe and killing himself. He was a very famous electronic music DJ.
I want to say it's Avicii.
I think that's who it is. I saw a documentary about him. It was amazing that this kid started from nothing and became like a multi-millionaire and one of the top DJs in the world, and ended up going to Europe and killing himself. I guess the fame was too much for him.
It had to be more to it.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
there was a
Yeah.
lot.
It had to be
but
more
it was really
abuse,
interesting
all that stuff. It had to be more
how
to
he
it.
came from nothing, literally nothing.
Or maybe he owed people something.
No, I don't think so. Well,
That's
maybe.
another thing.
Never
Yeah,
know.
yeah. When you owe and people come at you and they threaten, I'm thinking out the box. It has to be more to it to bring that kind of stress
Anyhow.
of where you're.
Okay.
Yeah, he killed himself.
Yeah, is that it?
Yeah, Swedish.
There you go.
What's his name?
Avicii.
Avicii.
Wait.
Yeah,
Wait, say it again.
Avicii.
yeah. A great documentary on
He's-
Netflix on
He
it.
was a great DJ too.
He was
Yeah.
phenomenal. Very young too.
Yeah, he came up with one song, and I don't know the name of it or whatever.
Levels.
Yeah, and it plays everywhere. As soon as you hear it, you're like, oh my God, that's him.
We used to do every other wedding entrance, grand entrance used to be to
Ah,
that song.
there you go.
Oh wow.
Nice.
That means I need to. I don't know that song. That means I need to figure it out for this November.
You've heard his songs before.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
It's he had mental health struggles.
Uh,
yeah.
He killed himself with a broken bottle of wine.
All right.
Did he? What did
Yeah.
Killed himself with a broken bottle of wine.
ouch! That sounds.
I'm not gonna break the bottle. I'm gonna pour it anyway. All right. Well, listen. It's been great talking to you guys. I want you to give a shout out again to yourselves, and again, tell the name of your company, your website address, things like that, so
Yeah.
people can
Yes,
your
thank
phone
you.
number, whatever you need.
Thank you. Maxim Entertainment. We are on Instagram at DJ Maxim G, TikTok at DJ Maxim G, Facebook at Maxim Entertainment. Website is www.djmaxim.net because .com is not available.
I know it's a
That
fight.
goes back a long time.
Wow.
And then Wedding Wire,
Wedding wire.
www.weddingwire.com/DJ Maxim.
So if you're looking for that really exquisite high-end wedding or party,
Yeah.
these are the guys to go to in Palm Beach in Florida, or now I guess they go all over the world. So
And
you
he's located
Anywhere in the world.
can
located
go anywhere
right
in the
here in
world. So you
Wellington.
can
yeah.
drag them along with you to anywhere in the world, and they'll get it done.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And they have a team, a supporting team, a
Yeah.
powerful team.
And if people want to take you
Reliable.
somewhere else around the world, you work with people in other countries, or you bring your own team over.
Yes, no, we bring our team comes with
Mhm.
us. So the musicians,
Nice.
the sound engineer, the saxophone, the
I'm going to
singers,
ask you a
everybody
tough
comes
question that
Uh-oh.
I doubt you want to answer. What's the estimate
So-
for your team to travel out of the country?
Well, the client usually, will have to pay
Yeah.
the room and board and the travel.
Hmm.
That is part of our contract for
Mhm.
destination weddings. And, well,
You don't have to set a price, just an estimate, like a range.
range.
Oof.
I mean, it really depends on what they want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ballpark, it could be anywhere from 5,000 to 25,000.
And how many members do you usually bring with you?
Usually
Team
our
members.
core is 5 people.
5 people.
That
Oh,
is
that's
that is
worth
the
it.
core.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
that's worth
That's
it.
the core. And then obviously we engage. You
Mhm.
know, it's going to cost the client more to have us bring our speakers. So it's
Yeah.
a lot
Gotcha.
easier to
Already
to
have this-
allocate
yeah.
everything locally. And
Mhm.
we did a wedding last year in Portugal.
Mhm.
So great AV vendor there. A lot of it has to do with networking with wedding planners
Very nice.
who also guide you in the right direction. And so anywhere in the world,
Perfect.
let's
Yeah.
go.
Well, there you
Like
go.
our dance instructor, Natalia from Dance Hub. I don't know if you guys know her. She's Israeli to right.
She's
Born.
born in Ukraine, raised
Ukraine.
in Germany.
Yeah. So she's coming to Jamaica with us.
Okay.
She's right across the way over here.
Yeah.
Very
So I'm
nice.
like excited for that.
You're learning
She's teaching me
all
how to be
types of dances.
sexy.
I'm just learning how to
Great.
dance.
Yeah.
I'm gonna kill myself.
And he's learning how not to step on my feet.
I can do 7 dances right now. So
So you guys will be on my stage very soon.
there you go. All right,
Okay.
great. Well, great talking to you guys. It's been great. This is Maxim Entertainment.
Yes.
If you need a super duper high end way to go wedding or party, these are the guys to contact. So reach out. Great talking to you guys,
Yes,
and
thank you so much for having
thanks
me.
for coming on Legal Shit.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, sorry,
Wait, what's
how
our
much
slogan?
Legal shit in
Oh,
our business.
It's
Yeah.
so we
Which
always-
is
That
good.
may be a
You-
good thing, right?
That is
That's
a
great
really
thing.
good
That's a
thing. You
great
don't
thing.
want the
Our-
stress of these.
We're in-
We're,
like she said, we're in a happy business.
Yeah, there you go.
yeah, because if they're not happy, especially a wedding, do you want a crazy wedding? She's already crazy. I'm crazy. I know I'm crazy. As a wedding person, already, working on my ceremony. But do you want them? If the music person messes up, I'm like, what the heck?
Mm,
How can you mess up?
Well, that requires a lot of conversations before.
Yeah,
right?
there you
Because
go.
anybody can mess up, right?
Yeah.
Quote unquote.
No, mess
Meaning-
not meaning they don't play the machines don't work. That's what I think about messing
Oh.
up.
well,
Or they don't know.
that should almost.
Do you have
never
someone
happen.
that steps on the floor and entertain the guests?
Yes,
Oh,
yes.
see,
we
that's
have dancers.
Not just
and-
dancers, just pull them out the chair and be like, come and dance and make them get
That
up and
usually
dance.
falls on the dancers, and our
Okay.
singers are very interactive. So that
Yeah.
we don't do what we call a hybrid band.
Mhm.
We don't just stand on stage like
Yeah, that's
like
boring.
models.
That's
That is
boring, yeah.
boring, and that's very traditional.
Yeah.
We like to change it up so the singers will actually go out into the crowd. They'll sing and dance with the guests.
Yeah.
They'll pull them out. They'll hand the mic over. Sing the chorus with us.
Oh,
Things
nice.
like that.
Nice.
So very
Okay.
engaging. The sax
Yeah.
player is always out there, very high energy, playing, getting on his knees. We did a wedding in Mexico. He was up on a guy's shoulders. That video is on our Instagram. He was on the guy's shoulders playing the saxophone.
Can you
So,
do we have a video of that or a picture of that? The-
we do.
No, when we upload
Yes,
this, because
yes,
Tim
we
will
absolutely
upload.
have the
He
video
can
of
put the pictures
I
in.
can put videos and stuff in the clip.
Okay.
So
Yeah, so when
Okay.
you're
we upload-
talking,
this is live, but when we upload it to Spotify, and I can add clips and things
Yeah.
like that. So,
Okay.
which
Yeah.
is
We'll get
cool.
that to you.
That would
We
be
have
so
all that.
funny.
all right. Well, great talking to you guys. And like I said, luxury wedding party.
Yes.
These guys right here. Welcome again to Legal Shit. Thanks for joining us again. And we're not going to be here this Saturday, by the way, because I'm going away.
Yes, and he's not taking me.
Nope.
That's fine.
Well, because she's going away. The
Wait,
following
wait.
week.
Okay, say that again.
Because I'm going away this week, and she's going away in like 10 days.
I
a
am
3-week trip.
nervous. I was not born here.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
going to India, and I'm like, I've been watching Facebook and Instagram, and I'm so nervous.
Oh, that's what they want.
Such a beautiful location.
I know. I'm
They
ready.
want
I'm
you to be
ready.
nervous, so don't worry. All right.
Okay.
Well, thanks, guys.
Thank you guys.
And remember, it's not just talk, it's
Legal